We all right, we're recording. So, real quick, just going to jump into our research stage of the design cycle. So, over the last couple weeks, we should have had, oh boy, these chimes. Over the last couple weeks, we should have had our sort of topic for a passion project brainstormed out. And then last week, you were assigned to work on a problem statement as well as your SMART goal, just to kind of narrow in on a specific topic and really decide what the project is going to be. And now we're going to start doing some of the legwork to make this project a reality. So let me see something here. Getting some fuzz in the background. Okay. So I need to turn off that entrance chime. That is very distracting. Okay, so we are just jumping right in, really just a single slide that we're going over today with these prompts that you will see in your HyperDoc. So when we're talking about research, think about what types of research you will use. Are you going to go online and just kind of learn general things about this topic? Are you going to try to find an expert, maybe in your family or in the community, on your topic that you can interview? Are we gathering data that is quantifiable? Are we doing research that is more qualitative and discussion based, story based, less about numbers but more about just narrative, right? So we have some options there in terms of the types of research you're going to use, and think about what those will be, where you can find this different types of information or who you can find it from. And I would recommend using a variety of research sources so that you got kind of a big picture on what your project is going to be and your topic kind of gets fleshed out. What other solutions to the problem already exist? So we talked about the electric bicycle, right? Well, we've also got, people have those hoverboards or a skateboard or a longboard or a non-electric bicycle, or I saw a guy flying down Constitution the other day on an electric unicycle going like 40 miles an hour. So if the problem is a transportation issue, think about all the different ways we have for transportation, right? Regardless of what your topic is, there's probably somebody out there who's done something related to it in the past, unless this is something super niche, in which case, let me know, I want to invest. But yeah, think about existing problems and how those have been addressed. Gather that information through your research. Think about how the solutions have been improved over time. And so if you can document how the design cycle has been applied to your topic in the past, that's going to be an important step in this process that helps you understand how things get revised and improved. So we use let's stick with the example of transportation and the automobile. If we're thinking about the original automobiles, a lot of them were electric, and then we kind of switched over to gas, and there were a lot of changes along the way. But a lot of them started off with tires made out of wood. And if you can only imagine riding to school in a bus with tires made out of wood, the idea would be ludicrous. The tire alone has been improved to then be solid rubber, and then to have, air in it, so it's pressurized. So then think about the lamps on a car and your headlights. We started off with literal lamps with a wick and a flame, right? And then cars got better, and then they had the electric light bulb in there. That got better, and now we have LEDs and xenon bulbs and all this, improvement. So document out in your HyperDoc how the solutions to this topic have been improved over time. Again, all this will come through research. Don't necessarily expect you to know all of this off the top of your head, right? And then what resources do you need to complete your project? So this could be time, money, access to knowledge, access to expertise, people in the field related to your topic. So really start plotting out what you're going to need to complete this. If you're doing something where maybe you want to get your CNA certification as your part of your project, and this is kind of your toehold into a healthcare career, think about what you're going to need for that. How much does the licensing cost? Where do you need to go to do this? Who do you need to supervise you and sign off on these things? What classes do you need to take? So any type of resource, be it time, money, or talent, document those out in your HyperDoc. So today really is a work day. I know I've said this before as kind of a broken record topic here. I know we're on a pinch for technology. So right now we're also trying to have the 9th graders work on their U-Science, which most of you probably done last year. If for some reason you hadn't done U-Science and that's not ringing a bell, shoot me an email. I'll get you set up with an account for that, particularly if you weren't here last year. We will get you rolling with U-Science, but with that in mind, that's sort of where we're prioritizing our Chromebooks. So if you can get access to a device on your own, be it a tablet or computer or even your phone that you can bring in, a lot of what you can do on your HyperDoc can be done on a phone. We're trying to keep the typing to a minimum here. Feel free to be real clear and direct with your responses here. Again, if you're typing on a phone, I don't want you to burn out your thumbs trying to write a dissertation here. Bullet points are fine for this. We just want to see that you've really been thinking through the issues that are being presented and learning the best steps in this process to attack the design cycle. So I'm pulling up my chat here. I'm going to try to circulate around a little bit and just see how people are doing. If people were getting challenged with the problem statement or SMART goals, I can offer some support there. If you have questions on the research, or even if students are still struggling with the topic selection, that's something that we can talk about and help narrow down a little bit. So I'm going to try to circulate through rooms here shortly. If there are any questions coming in right now in the chat, if teachers could please drop those in. I'm going to hang out here for a few minutes, see if there are any kind of big, broad, general questions, and then I'm going to be out and about in the building, dropping in and seeing what supports people need. And if there are no questions, feel free to log off. And hopefully, I'm not sure if I'm going to get through to every room today, but I am going to try. So that'll be fun. We're going to see how these conversations go. Ms. Foss, great question about when grades will be entered. So we're looking at trying to keep the grading to a minimum for you folks. We are going to have quarterly grades based on the HyperDoc as the main assignment. We may pepper in a couple little random assignments here and there, but the HyperDoc for the quarter is going to be the main element that gets graded, and that's going to be due right when we go. I want to say it's October 5th. It's the last Tuesday before fall break. That'll be the last day that we're working on that.
Thank you.
You bet. All right, I'm going to stop the recording. If anybody wants to hang out with me for a few minutes, other questions, that is great. Other than that, have a great day.